This is the second time I've tried to record this video, and, I may jack the two together, so if we start the video in a secondary location, but are now in a different location. And here's the reason. Joining me on mobile, it's Sonic. Anyway, this is going to be a deck profile and test play for my new Salomon Great deck, Soulblaze. This is a straight upgrade over my original Salomon Great deck I put out yesterday. So I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you what I'm running here. Most of this deck's monster lineup is changed and is mainly based on a deck made by Lithium 2003 or Lithium 23,000 on YouTube. So let's just go ahead and get into what I'm doing here and hope the completely random software update fixed the problem we were having where we couldn't duel each other on the console. Honestly, that problem happened with a lot of games. So, getting into the meat and potatoes of this here, we've got the standard salad lineup. 2 Foxy, 2 Gazelle. Gazelle is very important. What it does is you can summon it if you send a Salmon Great card to the graveyard from your hand. Basically, if a Salmon Great card goes to the graveyard, you special summon this, which triggers its effect. This is a Foolish Burial for the Salmon Great archetype. What you want to be... Oh, also, Foxy lets you mill through the top 3 cards of your deck and pull a Salmon Great card. You can also special summon it by sending a Salmon Great card to the graveyard from your hand if it's already in the graveyard. Anyway, what you want to be sending with Salmon Great Gazelle, and sorry if I'm repeating this, but it is very important. Gazelle is semi-limited to 2 now, and it is a godsend for the deck. What you want to be sending with it most of the time is Salmon Great Spinny, which we play as a 3 of. You can send it to the graveyard to have one of any monster on the field gain attack points. Once in the graveyard, you can resummon it to the field. In addition, I am playing 2 Lady Debug for search purposes. This can get you to a Gazelle if you don't already have one. Falco, once sent to the graveyard, lets you set a Salmon Great spell or trap card. We don't play a lot, but, well, actually that's most of what we play. Jack Jaguar. Basically, you return a card from the graveyard to the deck to summon it to the field from the graveyard. We play 2 of that. We play 1 Salmon Great Fowl. Basically, it summons itself to the field if you control a Salmon Great monster. Anyway, that's pretty much the Salmon Great monster lineup. Moving on to some generic Cybers, we've got Parallel Exceed. It is a level 8 wind attribute monster with 2,000 attack and defense points. If you link summon a monster, you can special summon it, at which point it will special summon another copy of itself, which will be helpful later when you need monsters with 3 separate attributes to make Decode Talker Heat Soul. Moving on to the next of the standard Cybers things. We've got, so, yeah, 3 Parallel Exceed. We've got 3 Flame Buffer Load, or Flame Bufferlow. Basically, this leaves the field, you draw 2 cards. Draw power. Moving on to Hand Traps. These are where the new techs that I have picked up from Lithium 23,000 come in. You always want to be running 3 copies of Ash Blossom, because 3 copies of Ash Blossom is good. I'm running 1 Ghost Bell in a Haunted Mansion, which reads, when an effect is activated, negate the activation, and you can apply, add cards from the graveyard to the hand, deck, and or extra deck. Special summon a monster from the graveyard, banish cards from the graveyard. You can only use one of these per turn. I don't know why we're running 1 of it, considering it's once per turn, but I'm not the guy that made the monster lineup. I'm just the guy that used it as a basis to improve his own deck building. 1. Nibiru, the Primal Being. What this does is if your opponent special summons a certain number of times, 5 or more, you can tribute all their special summon monsters, summon this, and give them a Nibiru token. Moving on to the spells, we've got the standard Signet Mining at 3. 3 Salaman Great Circle. 3 Salaman Great Circle is very important. It can search you out cards and defend your linked monsters from effects and whatnot. Then we've got 2 Will of the Salmon Great. This is basically a monster reborn for the Salmon Great archetype. 1 Salmon Great Sanctuary. This enables the whole reincarnation link summoning. Basically, you take a Salmon Great Link monster of the same name and use a copy of it to summon another copy of it. Cross Out Designator. I can declare 1 name, banish that declared card from my main deck, and if I do, its effects can't be used by anyone until the end of the turn. I don't know why this is here, but this guy did actually play Max C along with the rest of this, so I suppose I can see that he would use it to declare that. I would probably just use it to declare Ash Blossom. 2 Called by the Grave. Graveyard negation. You want to be able to play through stuff like Ash Blossom. 2 Pot of Desires for draw power. Salmon Great Rage. Salmon Great monster to the graveyard. Target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Target a Salmon Great Link monster you control that was reincarnation link summoned. destroy cards your opponent controls equal to its link rating. For those of you who don't know what a link rating is, it is the number of arrows and also the number of monsters required to actually summon it. Basically, link 4. It has 4 separate arrows and takes at least 4 monsters to summon, or 2 link 2s. Link monsters can be used as a number of materials equal to their link rating. Feel like Sonic might be getting a bit impatient here, so let's blow through this. Salmon Great Rage is a destruction effect. Salmon Great Roar is a negation. Moving on to the extra deck. Salmon Great Mirage Stalio. You summon it with 2 level 3 monsters. You can detach an overlay unit to summon a Salmon Great from your deck. Number 41, Baguska, the Terribly Tired Terror. I am not entirely sure what this does. Okay. Moving on to the Link monsters. 3 Salamangreat Baylinks. This is your field spell searcher. It gets you to Salamangreat Sanctuary, which allows you to do the Reincarnation Link summoning. Which, as I may have mentioned, is the entire point of this deck. Reincarnation Link summoning activates some very nice effects. Anyway, 1 Lingaribo. This is here for trap negation. 1 Nightmare Phoenix. This is here for back row clearing. 1. And then we're running a standard cyber suite of 1 Update Jammer. Update Jammer's first effect is not important. Update. Yes. Update Jammer's second ability is when it is used as link material to summon a link monster. It can allow that link monster to attack twice in one battle phase. 3 Sunlight Wolf. This, when Reincarnation Link summoned, adds cards back from your graveyard to your hand. It allows you to grab it. Yeah, this can reoccur the Gazelle, which, as I may have mentioned, you want to reoccur the Gazelle. This deck kind of focuses around Gazelle. Which, once again, and I was discussing this with Sonic earlier, is why having Gazelle back at 2 is such a godsend for the deck. Anyway, moving forward, 1 Splash Mage. You can use this to resummon any cards from the graveyard. Basically, you want to have at least 3 monsters used. You want to have at least a couple of monsters. Use 2 of them to make this. Reoccur that. Reoccur at least 1 of them. Yeah, you want to have at least 3. Use 2 of them to make that. Use Splash Mage to reoccur 1. Use the other 2 to make Update Jammer. And then you'll want to use those 2 to make Access Code Talker. What Access Code Talker does is it gains attack equal to a selected monster in your graveyard. I would generally go for Update Jammer, because that gets up to like 4,300-ish. Um, and it can also banish link cards from the graveyard to destroy cards on the field. The impressive thing, and why you want to go for Update Gemmer in using this for link material, is you can take that 4,300 body and attack twice with it. Transcode Talker as well. That is a defensive play you can have. It also resummons Code Talkers. There's another Cyber's cards from the graveyard. This is a new one, Decode Talker Heat Soul. It gains 500 attack for each card linked to it. Basically, if it is pointing at an arrow who's somewhere on this card, it is co-linked and will gain attack points. I have not seen what... Yeah, basically the same thing as Decode Talker if you've seen Decode Talker. It also has a secondary effect I have named Burning Draw, after the effect of Soulburner's skill in the Vrains anime. Basically, you pay 1,000 life points, draw one card. If you are at 2,000 or below during the Burning Draw, you can banish a singular... You can banish this card from the field and summon a link 3 or lower. You may be able to... Basically, I'm assuming you'd want to go for Transcode, or depending on the situation, Lingaribo or Nightmare Phoenix here. But yeah, this is basically the deck. I will put this out as a profile, and the deck I spent an entire day trying to build is pretty much useless now because this exists. I don't even know if we can, man. Waiting for opponent. Yeah, I was in. You're letting me go first? Oh, I'm going second. By the way, people of the internet, you should probably know that I literally have no idea what I'm doing with this deck right now. I just built it a couple hours ago. Ah, great. I know, DualSense controller, your charger is broken. And I will see what I can do about it. If you can just hold out through this match, we should be fine. Okay, so... when did your Phantom Knights add this thing? Do you actually run a Tri-Brigade engine in this? Oh, so this is just a straight-up Tri-Brigade deck. Or Zodiacs, maybe. But yeah, I am like I said, I just built this over the course of an afternoon, so... Alright, let's see what I draw into here. I'll summon my Flame Bufferload, or Flame Bufferlow. Use it to link summon into Salmon Great Baylynx. Not point it at your Appaloosa Goddess Bow. Baylynx goes for it. Bufferlow in the graveyard. I add... well, I draw 2 cards. Okay, what's this do? While this is going on, I'll activate my Parallel Exceed. I'm going to summon Parallel Exceed to a zone my link monster points. And then summon a secondary copy of it if your trap card will ever finish going off. And it's an immediate link summon trap. I get the feeling I'm going to hate this thing. I discard Jack Jaguar. Draw 2 cards. Parallel Exceed. And what does this do? Gazelle. Really? Called by the grave. That is a ridiculous amount of chain. Hey, my Baylynx. I needed that, you dum-dum. Stop blocking me. Okay. You are ridiculously weak right now. Okay, so time to show off things I can do. Link 2. Splash Mage. Splash Mage. I'll go ahead and resummon my Gazelle. Stop blocking me! You don't have attack to block anymore, you... Ah! What do you play that I also play? Yeah, I'm assuming this is literally just here for the Max C, which I don't actually play. This should work. Link 3 transcode? Activate its effect. Summon Splash Mage. Link 4. Access code. I think I have enough Link monsters in the graveyard that this is standardly viable. Oh, fun. If you use transcode, it gets up to 5,300. I'm going to banish. Ash. Were you not listening? You need to play 3 of them in this deck. Splash Mage. Goddess Boapalooza, goodbye. And we boosh for 5,300. We do not activate Salmon Great Sanctuary. By the way, Salmon Great Sanctuary has a very stupid effect where you can zero out your monster to gain life points equal to its attack points. It is not entirely useful, and each time I've used it has just resulted in me losing games. Yes, dual sense, I know. Come on, man. That doesn't even do much. And then Zeus happens. From what I remember, that is an annoying card to have to deal with. I give. Okay, I'd say best 2 out of 3, but given I inject a deck profile into this, we probably don't have that much time. If I can't render this, I'm blaming you. Okay. Okay. Salmon Great Circle. Adding Gazelle to my hand. Summoning Gazelle. Gazelle's effect. Fowl's effect. Summon Fowl. Spin Spinny. Spinny's effect. Summon Spinny. Link into Balinx with Foul. Balinx's effect. Parallel Exceed. Summon a second Parallel Exceed from the deck. Alright. Overlaying level 3. Mirage Stalio. Stalio's effect. Gazelle to graveyard. Summoning a Gazelle from deck. Field spell, summon Great Sanctuary. Overlaying level 4. Number 41, Baguska. Splash Mage. I think I did a wrong thing here, but still. Okay. Let's see what this does. I think that still gets the effect off, but just in case. Okay. I'm having kind of a crappy showing myself. None of us has taken a single life point of damage yet. I'm not even entirely sure this upgraded Salmon Great deck is competitive. This deck was complete garbage when I built it yesterday. Interestingly, no one actually plays Heat Leo. I mean, I've seen some decks that play Heat Leo, but apparently competitive players prefer Baguska. I built a competitively viable Salmon Great deck in 2 days. Hey, Ghost Spell lets you do things. Literally everybody plays Ash, man. Like, I don't know how you haven't noticed this, but Ash is a very splashable 3 of in pretty much any deck you can name in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! The match history button on the ranked duels is new. I wonder if it lets you get the replays. Because that'd be easier than just save on them. Okay, so are we actually going to do things here? How many copies of this idiotic omni-negating pain in my butt do you play? I had nothing to use with that, therefore it wasn't a threat to you. Yes, it is very searchable considering I play 3 Baylings. I have a Nibiru in my hand, but that only works if you summon 5 times or more. That's why you play it at 3. That's gonna be it from me and Sonic over here. Hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. Use the profile if you want. Like I said, it's mostly built off of somebody else's, but I don't have a lot of cards, and there are some useful things I figured out in Salmon Great Spell lineup, but it is definitely better than the old one. If Sonic sounds weird and quiet, he is on mobile, so I can't do anything about that. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Bye.